Welcome again to those who just joined us. You're all really, really welcome. Today we are with Católica-Lisbon and we will talk about the university. I think that we are able to start now. So without further ado, I'm now leaving the floor to the speakers for their presentation. So enjoy this webinar and see you later. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Catalina, for your introduction. I will now be starting the webinar session. So, hi everyone. We are part of the marketing and admissions team for Católica Lisbon, and today we're going to talk a bit about our master programs, what we have to offer. We're also going to talk about our school and the various departments here at Católica Lisbon, what you can expect when you come here, and also what our admission and application process looks like. So, to start off, we are going to talk a bit about our school and the main factors that make us a bit unique, I would say. So, we are, as our name says, of course, Católica Lisbon. We are a school located in Lisbon, so in the city center. So, students usually have very easy access to the very lively student community here in the city. You can basically go anywhere from campus. We are situated in the middle of a lot of different universities, so there's a lot of different students, and the campus is very well connected. We are also a very globally connected school, so we have a lot of different nationalities on campus. We have over 70 different nationalities, and we have a cohort of more than 70% international students. So, of course, this provides a very rich academic experience, and it's also, of course, enriching students' academic life with where they can build long-lasting connections with people from all over the world, essentially. So not only is our cohort and our professors very international, but we also have a lot of international and global partnerships. So we are a very globally focused school. We have partnerships with some of the best business schools in the world and also some of the best companies in the world. So we are able to place students in both very well ranked and international universities and companies as well. So we are also we are globally connected and of course internationally focused, but we are also a very human-sized school. So what does this mean? That it means that usually we tend to have classes that are on the smaller side, so we allow for every student to get the most out of each course and really interact with one another, and also interact with the professor. So this is very important for us. We don't want you to just sit in class and listen to a lecture. We want you to actually engage with the professors and the students as well as the companies that you're going to be studying, of course. So having all of this in mind, both our professors and non-teaching staff are also very committed to making students feel as home as possible. So for that reason, we have an open door policy, and this policy ensures that students have easy access to guidance, both from professors and also from the various departments that we're going to touch upon after later on in the session. So if there's any help that anybody needs, whether it's during the admission process or even when they become a student, they can very easily access the departments that are going to be able to help them. All of this said, of course, we are a very tight-knit community, and we want students here to feel that they have a support system, of course, that fosters their academic and professional growth. So we want students to feel like they are part of a community that have people of similar mindsets and that they can work towards their goals together. Of course, now talking a bit more specifically about our programs, we have 9 different programs and they focus on 4 different key areas. So we have programs in the areas of management, we have programs in the areas of finance, economics, and business analytics. We will be covering them in more detail later on, so you don't have to focus too much about it now. Also, our programs are all students can complete them in either 4 or 3 semesters. That's totally up to the student. So students have the opportunity to do an exchange semester, for example, and that will be an extra semester on their curriculum. They can also take an academic break if that's something that they're interested in, and that allows them to do an internship, for example. So that is something extra that our programs allow students to do. All of our programs are fully taught in English, and our student profile is usually students who are recent graduates. They have ages between 20 and 26 years old. This depends on, so it depends on the programs, but this is the general requirements here for our master programs. But generally speaking, and we'll be covering the ones that are a bit different later on, our students come from a background of quantitative areas or similar areas related to management or finance or economics. Um, this will change with a few programs, and of course, less than 3 years of professional experience. So we want people to have just recently graduated and have not worked more than 3 years after having graduated. Now, I think my colleague Margarida is going to talk to you a bit about our management programs.
Hi, yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. So we're going to start with our International MSc in Management. Okay, as you might know, this is our ranked program. We're number 27 in the Financial Times at the moment. And this program is specifically made for those who are looking to start an international career, obviously in the area of management. But not only it allows you to start that international outlook and that international career-focused trajectory, you can also specify it a little bit to what you're looking for, okay? So we allow 4 specializations. You can choose one of them. We normally advise you to take a look into the specializations that you're choosing because it changes the program a little bit. So make sure you look into that before enrolling or applying. So we have corporate finance for those who want to do management but are looking to start also a little bit in the area of finance as well. So you can have mix a little bit of both in there. Entrepreneurship and innovation. This is obviously for people who are looking to more entrepreneur side and starting their own business, starting their own journey. We have a lot of students who go through that route and have that entrepreneurship and entrepreneur outlook. Also, we have marketing. Obviously, this is related to those who are looking for more of an advertising, brand management related areas. So marketing would be the best place if you still want to learn a little bit of management, but have a little bit of focus on marketing area. And then strategy and consulting, as the other ones, it is, as the name says, it's focused a lot on strategy within companies and obviously consulting as well. With this program, since it's the international program, you have the international opportunities, okay? So in this program, you have the option to do a double degree. What this means is that you do one year in Católica, 1 year in a partner school, which equals 3 years. And in the end, you'll be able to have 2 master diplomas in the areas chosen, okay? We have a lot of partner schools, for example, Antai in China, Aston in the UK, VU, BI, FGV in Brazil, for example. So you have a lot to choose of where you want to go if you want to opt for this unique opportunity that is a double degree. If you don't want to do that extra year, in another partner school, we also have the exchange semester. As my colleague mentioned before, you have a third optional semester that you can do, and this way you can do this international semester. You can do an internship abroad, and you can do academic break, as she mentioned. But this one also allows you to have an international component within the program if you don't want to do the double degree. So there's always options for you to choose. Dependently on what you're looking for, okay? And then for the international programs, we have the study trips. These are special trips designed for students in the international programs that allow you to go to other countries and visit other companies and have create that connection and connect with other companies from other countries. For example, this year, our students from the intake 2024 were in Amsterdam not a long time ago. So it's very diverse. It changes every year, and you'll be able to visit a lot of countries and connect with companies as well, which is very good in terms of contacts and connections for your future in the job market. Okay. In terms of student profile, as my colleague mentions, recent graduates, you have to have a quantitative background, okay, for this one, and less than 3 years of experience, but this is normally the same for all of the programs. Then we have the MSc in Management with specialization in strategy, entrepreneurship, and impact. This is for students who are looking for top careers in areas like consulting, strategy, social innovation, or if you want to be an entrepreneur and start your own business. Okay, we have a lot of that feeling in here and in classes. A lot of the professors are going to be in the entrepreneurial area as well. We have some students visiting with the companies they created to really spark that that light within you in terms of creating our own company, being innovative, creating a product, or creating an idea to help you reach that if you want your own business, a startup, or if you want to bring innovation to companies once you enter the job market. Okay, so this is we call it the vibe that we feel within this program. It's very freeing in terms of creativity, in terms of putting yourself out there and testing your ideas. So it really fosters that type of creation and that type of feeling within students and professors, and also the companies and projects that you're going to do. Okay, this is a very personalizable program, so it's still within the management area with this specialization, but you're going to have a lot of flexibility to pick and choose the courses that you want to do. So it really will focus on the ones that you want to, for example, if you want to do a little bit of finance, you can do it as well in here with free electives, or if you want to focus a little bit more on strategy, or if you want to focus a little bit more on impact innovation, you'll be able to do that within your program. So it's very flexible and very personalized to your experience and what you want to do in the future. Okay. And as many of our programs in here, it's very practical. You have a lot of projects that you're going to do, very innovative projects. Some of them will last you almost the whole program. So you'll be able to see and really understand how it is that things are done in the job market. You're going to be able to test it here and see if something that you would like. Okay, we try to keep up as much as we can with the job market and what companies are looking for. So you'll be able to have that feedback as well in here. Work with real companies, work with real data. So you'll be able to have that type of practice before entering the job market. Okay. In terms of international opportunities, you can always do an exchange semester. This can be going to a partner school. We have more than 100 partner schools. You can do that. Third semester there, pick and choose the courses that you want to do, really focus on which path you want to take your career on. And, or if you don't want to do it, you just want to take that time to do an internship, that's completely fine. Or even if you don't want to do a third semester, a third optional semester, you can go straight to the dissertation. It's completely up to you to how you want to shape the program to what you're looking for, okay? Then we have the MSc in Management with specialization in strategic marketing. This is for students who are looking for careers in the areas of marketing, brand management, advertisement, product management, communication. So it is really focused on that marketing part. Okay, you still have a little bit of core management courses, but it's going to focus on that area. Okay. And the other one is very flexible to what you're looking for, and you're going to have a lot of practical programs and practical courses, practical projects that you're going to do. And we have a special one called the L'Oreal Brainstorm Competition that our students love to do every year. You're going to work with obviously the company L'Oreal, and you'll be able to create a project and normally our students are very involved with it. They create the most amazing things within it. So you'll be able to test your creativity here as well and be able to learn and push yourself to the biggest limits that you put yourself into, okay? And be able to train before entering whichever job you prefer after that. You also have the same opportunity of doing the optional third semester with the international semester as well. Or internship is totally up to you, to what you want to do within your program. But as I said, really focus on your objectives, on the career path that you want to take, and pick and choose and see which course you want to do, which program you want to be on, and that will help you obviously not stray away from the journey that you want to take on. Then we have the MSc in Business. Yes. This is a little bit of a different program from the other three that I mentioned, but it's still within the management area. Okay. So this one is special because it's kind of like our MBA program, because it allows students that are not in quantitative areas or did not take management, did not take finance or economics, and they're, for example, in engineering, they're in medical fields, they're like in tourism or communication fields they did in their bachelor, they'll be able to change paths or build on what they did before and be able to really understand and study the biggest areas in management. For example, you'll be able to learn about finance, economics, management, and really you'll be equipped with all of the necessary foundations to be able to enter the job market in areas of of business. Okay, so if you studied psychology, for example, in your bachelor, but you think you want to try and lean more into the business side, you can take this program to be able to make that change and get all of the required bases and core knowledge to be able to enter a job in this area. Okay, as I said, you can do this to change the path that you're looking for, that you're going on, or to build on what you learned before in your bachelor. It is less flexible in terms of courses, of course, because you're going to have a program full of core courses in the four main areas of management, but you'll be able to choose on where you do the dissertation. So imagine you really liked marketing in your program and you want to do the dissertation project on that. So you'll be able to pick and choose, or if you like finance, you'll be able to do that as well. So it has less flexibility, but it allows you to really develop a project and a thesis on what main component you really enjoyed within the program. Okay. If you want to flex, create or personalize a little bit more, you can do an exchange semester in another school and be able to take courses, for example, in the areas of marketing. If that's what you enjoyed, you'll be able to have a little bit of more marketing in that exchange semester, or finance or economics or management, wherever you prefer. So it still allows you to be flexible if you choose to do this exchange semester, or as the other programs, you can do an internship abroad if you want to develop a little bit more of your CV and your portfolio. As I said, the students, just a reminder, the students that this program is made for are normally those who don't come from a quantitative background. Okay, so if you already did management, if you already studied finance, then I would say this program would not be for you. This is mainly for those students who want to change their careers and start something in business. Okay.
So now moving forward with the finance-related programs. So we have three main finance programs. So we have the International Master of Science in Finance, similarly to the International Master of Science in Management. They are very similar in that they are both programs focused on students who want a bit more of an international career. So students who don't just want to do finance, they want to do international finance, want to work in big international markets and work with international companies. So this program is a bit different to the other ones in terms of content. Of course, it's the same because it's a finance-related program, but it will have a few different aspects to it that the other programs don't have. So the International Master of Science in Finance has a few extra requirements in order to be complete. So a student who wants to graduate from the International Master of Science in Finance will have to complete an international requirement. They will also have to complete an internship requirement and a third language requirement. These are not things that need to be done before admission. So these are not things that need to be done at the time of application, simply to be done by the time students graduate. So there's a different level of, I guess, commitment to the International Master of Science in Finance. But in terms of its key features, it's very similar to the other one. So all of our finance-related programs offer the possibility for students to do some pre-courses, which are essentially courses that are done online that students can complete before joining the program, so they can become better equipped to fulfill and to do a master's in finance. It's quite a demanding program, so we are aware of that, and we want to provide you the best tools possible to succeed. And so there are a few pre-courses that are available as the Advanced Excel or Introduction to VBA or the Introduction to Finance and Accounting. So of course, students are usually free to choose if they want to do those or not, or sometimes they are required, but in any case, they are available for any finance student. There are no specializations with the International Master of Science in Finance, which actually allow students to maybe go a bit beyond the two specializations that I will talk to you about later. And because, of course, we have the international opportunities, students are able to choose other specializations in other schools, such as the exchange school or the double degree school, that allows them to actually shape their program however they want. And it becomes quite a freeing program in that sense. So talking about the international opportunities, we have, of course, the double degree opportunity. So students can go spend 1 year here at Católica Lisbon, for example, and then spend 1 year in BI Norway, or Maastricht in the Netherlands, or ESCP in France. We have a long list of partner schools for double degrees. Similarly, with the exchange semester, we also have a long list of universities that students can choose to do their third semester in. And of course, the interesting thing about the program is that we also offer students the opportunity to go on study trips. So similarly to the International Master of Science in Management, we understand the importance of students actually living and being with the companies and understanding their context. And so having these study trips is actually essential. As my colleague Margarida was saying, our students have just gone to Amsterdam and to Switzerland to meet with some companies, and the study trips are a success. So moving forward, this was the International Master of Science in Management. We also have what we call the normal Master of Science in Finance. Sorry, the finance program. This program is a bit different in that it does not have those requirements that I previously talked to you about. It does offer the possibility of doing pre-courses, same thing for every program. It does offer 2 specializations that you can choose from. So you can choose between corporate finance and financial markets. This allows you to really hone in on what you want. In a different way to the international program that gives you a lot of freedom. This one, although it also gives you freedom with the exchange semester and the electives, for example, it does allow you to maybe focus a bit more on what you're looking for. In terms of the international opportunities, it doesn't have the double degrees or the study trips, but the exchange semester, as we've said, is available for anyone. And our partner schools we have a long list of partner schools, so there won't be a shortage of offers. And of course, it's always a possibility for students to do an internship either here in Portugal or abroad, even though it's not a requirement for the program. It's always a possibility, and as I will mention later, we have a department that's basically dedicated to helping students transition into the job market. And so an internship is always a great opportunity, and the finance internships are a big success. So our students really like to get that practical side that the programs have, because all of the programs are quite practical, and there's a lot of projects that are focused on analyzing real examples of companies and real data sets, so that students get as close of an idea of what the actual job market is like during the program. And then we are moving forward to the last finance-related program. This is a different program in a lot of aspects. So, as I mentioned earlier regarding the student profile of our candidates, the Master of Science in Finance post-experience is for students who are not recent graduates. So it's usually for students who have maybe graduated a few years ago, are already working in a company or somewhere, and they want to, and maybe they haven't they aren't necessarily working in finance, but they want to study finance and they want to do their master's in finance, and so they want to maybe take, for example, a year off work and do a more, I guess, a fast track of a finance program. In terms of content, it's the same thing, and it offers the same possibilities of pre-courses, for example, as the other programs do, and of course it has the same level of quality and excellence. It's just a shorter program, basically. It also offers the possibility to specialize in one of 2 areas, so corporate finance and financial markets. The only difference is that, of course, it's usually for students who are a bit older, so usually older than 27, and the program is 14 months. So students would spend an entire year here at Católica Lisbon, and they would do the normal coursework, same as the normal finance program. And then they would have, immediately after that, they would have 2 months for their thesis. And this thesis, of course, this applies to every program, but this thesis can be done anywhere you want. So you don't have to be in Lisbon to do your thesis. You can do it while you're working, while you're at your internship, or even back home while you're figuring out what to do after your program. So this really gives students the flexibility to specialize, to do something different, and to take their career to the next level while still remaining available to work, of course. So in terms of finance, this is it. And now I will let my colleague Margarida speak to you about the rest.
Thank you, Carolina. So we have the last 2 programs to present to you guys today. So we have the Master in Economics. This is, I know for people who studied economics, they might think, oh, what am I going to do studying economics again for a master's. It's very theory. I already know all the theories, so we try to make it as practical as possible, okay? And we do this by allowing you to choose one of the 5 specializations. You have applied economics, economic theory, finance and banking, if you want to lean on a little bit of the finance side, macroeconomic policy, and flexible track. Flexible track obviously allows you to mix and match between specializations and basically what you want to do. If you want to do a little bit of all, you can do that as well. But basically, this program will allow you to work with real cases and data from companies and help you improve the decision making in terms of creating solutions and learning how to use, for example, economic analysis to help on key economic issues. So this is really focused if you want to work, for example, in central bank, European bank. It really equips you with that in terms of practical components, okay? And we already know that some companies are also looking for people who know how to work with data. So we'll be able to work a little bit on data and programming in programs like R, Stata, Python. So you'll be able to have also that key component in your program that obviously makes it more practical as well for you to be able to enter companies and have that kind of support and skill in your belt once you enter the job market, okay? In terms of international opportunities, you can also do a double degree with the MSc in economics, okay? You have, for example, Louvain, Aix-Marseille, BI, Norway. So you have a lot of partner universities if you want to do the double degree. I'm going to just mention it again. You do 1 year here, 1 year in the partner school. You end up with 2 master diplomas. So it's a big asset in terms of academic knowledge or your CV to be able to enter the job market after that. You also can do an exchange semester if you do want to do a double degree. That's completely fine. And one of the most significant statistics that we have with this program is that it's at the moment it's at 100% of our students have found a job within 6 months or 3 months. Okay, so in terms of the job markets, it's very competitive, and this program is being very well received within companies and banks throughout the world. Okay. Um, then a little bit related to data as well, we have our last program that is the MSc in Business Analytics. As you might know, is obviously related to data analysis within businesses. Okay, you'll be training in data science, as you might know, prepare you to deal with real data and supporting and improving the decision making within companies, learning programming, designing solutions, and obviously all with this. All of the courses have a applied component to it. It's almost impossible not to within data analysis, okay? So it'll be really hands-on courses. You'll be able to learn how to work with programs, as I mentioned before, Python, Stata, R, and other programming languages, okay? They will be able to SQL, as you can see on the PowerPoint as well. You'll be able to learn how to work with these languages and programming programs to be able to already have that where, for example, or you're in the job interview and you already have these programming languages in your CV. That's an amazing asset. That's why this program is also at the 99% of our students employed within 3 to 6 months, okay? But some people are like, oh, but I've never studied programming. Like, I want to do business analytics, but I've never worked with data. That's completely fine. We have introductory courses, of course, for those who haven't worked with programming. So you don't need to know it beforehand. You can obviously come in. If you already know it, that's fine. That's always a good asset to have. But if you don't worry, we'll be able to equip you with all of the introductory lessons in terms of working with this program. So no need to worry about that. In terms of international opportunities, you can always do an exchange semester to expand a little bit of your program and go to another country or do an internship abroad if that's what you prefer. So in terms of programs, this is the 9 programs that we have throughout these 4 areas, okay? If you have any questions, you can put in the Q&A or you can write to us in our email, ask for the study plan so you can see the programs a little bit more in depth to see which courses that we have for each program or visit our website and see the program structure for each, okay? But as I said, we are always here to help you out with any questions that you might have. And we're going to now talk a little bit about departments that we have here, our scholarship, and also the most important part, how to apply to master programs for the intake 2025.
So moving forward with some of our most important departments here at Católica Lisbon. So once you become a student, once you're admitted and enrolled, who are you going to find here that's going to help you succeed in the program and outside the program. So we have a few key departments. Of course, we won't cover absolutely everything, but these are just to give you a bit of an idea. So we have the Careers and Talents Office. As I was mentioning, regarding, for example, the internships, or potential job placements that you might want to look into after you complete the program, the Careers and Talent Office will be the ones offering both academic support and also career support. So they will support you in terms of academics because they will have some elements of their work incorporated into the program. So there are a few aspects of each master program that are handled by the Careers and Talent Office, exactly because they want to integrate that more, I guess, career side into the actual curriculum of your studies. And then they will also help you in terms of your career. So there will be, once students enroll, they will be assigned a career consultant. And this career consultant is responsible for essentially helping students figure out what they want to do after the program is done, and how does their profile fit what the job market is looking for, how to prepare for job interviews, what interviews to look for, how to prepare an application, all of those things, any questions that students may have regarding their transition to the job market, the Careers and Talent Office will be the ones helping you with that. Apart from that, they will also be organizing a lot of career fairs, for example. So there's a lot of companies that come and visit Católica Lisbon, for example, and that's the Careers and Talent Office that organize that. So the companies will come and they want to speak to you, and they want to basically answer your questions, and they want to connect with you even before you submit an application to their companies. So there will be a lot of opportunities both within the curriculum and also outside of it that will allow you to really get a real idea and a real glimpse into the job market and what awaits you after you complete the program. So after the Careers and Talent Office, and this is a very important office, we will also have the International Office. And the International Office is responsible for helping you with, for example, your exchange semesters and any procedure related to those, as well as double degrees, for example. It's all the International Office. So they are a vital department for your stay here in Lisbon, and also for your experiences abroad when you're doing something outside, either at a partner school or at an abroad internship, for example. Having said this, the International Office works in tandem with the Student Experience Office. So they're not necessarily separated, but they work in a few different areas. So the Student Experience is basically responsible for helping you with anything that's non-academic. So any question you may have about accommodation, about visa processes, what do I do in order to apply for a visa? What documents do I need? Are there any accommodations available? Where can I look? The Student Experience Office, which is part of the International Office, will be the ones helping you with that. So they will be the ones providing you with all the contact details that you may need, and also the information that you may need regarding the visa process, for example. So any questions you may have for them before your arrival, and also during your stay, as I said, for exchange semesters or double degrees, for example, that will be handled with the International Office and the Student Experience Office. So I would say these are the most not experienced, but these are some of the most important departments here at Católica Lisbon. We also have, of course, the Master Affairs Office, which I'm sure if any of you apply and enroll, will be very familiar with, and they will be helping you with things like course enrollment and exams and all of those things. But in terms of your experience here as a student and as an exchange or even international student, you will be able to contact these departments. So now moving forward with our scholarship, we have one scholarship to offer. This scholarship is the Católica Top Plus scholarship. It is a completely merit-based scholarship. We do not require for you to apply or to submit any documents in order to support your application to the scholarship. So because it is merit-based, the jury is going to look at your application as a whole and your profile as a whole in order to assess whether you are eligible for the scholarship. So all you need to do on the application platform, which is very simple, is select yes to be considered for the scholarship, and the jury will automatically know that you intend to be considered for it. This scholarship can cover between 10% and 90% of your tuition fees. And of course, the percentage of it will depend on the amount of scholarships that we have available, and also on the quality of your application. So what does the jury look at in order to assess whether students deserve, or applicants can get some percentage of the scholarship. They will look at, of course, academic background, how well students did during their bachelor's, how committed they were to their academic pursuits, and also anything outside of their academic background. So professional experience that they may already have, international experience, internships that they may have taken, also extracurricular activity. So anything that adds to your profile, anything that makes you a well-rounded candidate, are all things that the jury is going to look at, because the more each applicant stands out, the more chances they have of getting attributed a percentage of the scholarship. So as I said, no need for any extra documents other than the ones that are absolutely mandatory for the application, and simply select yes on the application platform, and the jury will automatically know that you want to be considered for it.
Okay, so for the part that some of you might be wondering about is how do you apply to our programs? Okay, so currently we are on the third round, and it will end on the February 3rd. Okay, there will be another round after that, but we always recommend that students apply as soon as they can to ensure a spot. Okay, spots are being given away with each round, so it's going to be a little bit harder and harder to be admitted as the rounds go by. But the application process is very, very simple, as you will see. And it doesn't take a lot of time, so it doesn't take a lot of documents. So we'll be able to do it, I wouldn't say 5 minutes, but in 10 minutes, okay? So we only have two mandatory documents, the CV in English and a transcript of records, okay? The CV in English we are looking for three main components. So professional experience, international experience, and extracurricular activities like volunteering, sports, certifications, associations. So anything that you've done that you find valuable for your profile, I would suggest putting it on the CV. I know some people are afraid of doing 2-page CVs, but in here, since we want to see your profile and we want to get to know you through your CV, obviously, you can go up to 2 pages. That's completely fine, but just make sure that it's clear. You have all the dates of for example, if you have internships, if you have jobs, you can put the dates clearly on your CV. And really state these three components if you have them. If you don't have like international experience or professional experience, don't worry, put everything that you find valuable in it. Okay. Then it's the transcript of records, where you have to have the course name, the grade, and the ECTSs of each course that you've done. Okay. Sometimes we know that it takes a long time to get an official transcript of records from your schools. So you can take a screenshot of your student page. That's completely fine. Just screenshot every course that you've done, and you can upload it to your application. It doesn't have to be official. So this ensures that the application process is quick and clear for everyone. But if you have any questions, you can always contact us when we'll help you out fulfilling your application, okay? Motivation letter is not mandatory for the programs, okay? Only if you're applying for a double degree, okay? You're going to have three options by order of preference for a double degree. Imagine you put anti, BI, and ESCP as your third option. You have to write a motivation letter for each double degree that you apply to, okay? If you want to write a motivation letter just for your programs, that's completely fine. If you want to add recommendation letters, certifications, a proof of English, which is not necessary, but if you want to put it in, you have a folder called Other Documents. You can put everything on there. But as I said, the only mandatory are the CV and the transcript, okay? If in the case you are interested in doing management with strategic marketing, but you could also go for the MSc management with strategy, entrepreneurship, and impact, you'll be able to put three options of programs by order of preference. Okay, so what will happen is the jury will evaluate you for your first option. If you're not admitted, they will evaluate you for your second option, and so on. So you always have that safety net if you're not admitted to your first option of program. Okay, so as I said, it's pretty simple. If you have any questions, just keep writing them in the Q&A. But as I said, the February 3rd is the last day to apply for this third round. Normally, we give out the results approximately 2 weeks after the round ends, more or less 2 weeks. And in that answer, you'll have everything you apply to, where it be scholarship, program, and the double degree as well. Okay, so you'll have all of the information in the admission email. So as I said, pretty simple process. If you're interested in applying, I would recommend to do it in this round. And as I said, any questions you have regarding the programs, regarding the application process, the school, the departments, you can put them here. We can start the Q&A session, I believe, with my colleague Carolina, and we'll try and answer your questions as best as we can and help you guys out. So I can already start with some of them that I see here. I don't know if Caroline from Docsity wants to share anything.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that thank you, of course, for your presentation. It was really interesting. And yes, I can see some of the questions in the Q&A box. So if you want, of course, you can read and answer.
Okay, thank you. I see some students regarding some questions regarding housing and integration in the community from students and international students. As my colleague Carolina mentioned, we have the international department, okay? And this department will allow you or help you out with finding. We don't necessarily help you or have like a contract for you in terms of apartments or stay, but we have contact with companies that give out discounts to Católica students. We will put you in groups with your colleagues from the same program or even from just Católica Lisbon if you guys want to find an apartment on your own. And here in Lisbon, so we'll give you tips and tricks to be able to rent an apartment in Lisbon or schedule a stay with our partner companies that we have that will give out discounts to students. Okay, so you'll have that support, and when you are enrolled, you'll be getting information regarding the stay here. Obviously, it's best to think ahead of time and really be prepared before coming to Lisbon because the housing market is not the best right now, but the international office will help you out in that sense, and obviously connect you with Facebook and WhatsApp groups with all of our students, so you can start building some connections before you even start the program. Okay. Let me see another question.
So Emily here is asking regarding the class size and of our master programs. As I said, we are quite a small school, and so we tend to have class sizes that are on the smaller side. Of course, it will depend on each program. Some programs have a bit more students than others, but usually our classes don't have more than 67 people, 70 people, sorry. And usually in terms of the courses that you'll actually have, we work to make sure that you have really small and condensed class sizes so that you can really discuss with your professors and discuss with your colleagues. In terms of the student body, it's very diverse. So we have students essentially from anywhere in the world. We have, I would say, more international students than we have actually national students here in our master programs. So everybody's welcome to apply, and we have a very, very diverse cohort. Regarding here, I see here opportunities for internships. I'm aware that these questions were posed before we even spoke about this, but it's never too much to talk about it again. So, of course, there is opportunities for internships either during the program or even after the program if that's something that you want to do. So, as I said, the Careers and Talents Office will be responsible for helping you in any way they can. Usually, the responsibility to find an internship is on the student themselves if they want to do one. But the Careers and Talent Office will of course be of help in that sense. Practical experiences both within the program and also outside. So as we said, for example, for study trips, that is an example of a practical experience of meeting the companies and meeting the people that run those companies and that work in those companies, meeting them in person and being able to see their environment there where they are in their context. So that's a very interesting aspect of our programs.
I see some questions here related to the scholarship. So, as my colleague mentioned before, we have the Católica Top Plus Scholarship. This is a merit-based scholarship. Anyone can apply for it in your application. There's going to be a question, say, do you want to apply for the scholarship? You just click yes, okay? This scholarship covers from 10 to 90% of the tuition fees here at Católica Lisbon. So anytime, for example, if you do a double degree, the first year will be covered by the tuitions, whether it be 10 or 90%. Okay, the limit is 90%, and the scholarship will be attributed, as I mentioned, merit with merit. Okay, it's merit based. It's based on your profile. That's why I mentioned that the CV is the most important document. So make sure you make it shine. So there's no need to additional documents to apply for the scholarship. You just have to click yes on the application, but make sure you do so because there will be no other option to apply for the scholarship without being within the application, okay?
So somebody here is asking about the pre-courses and what are the benefits of the pre-courses. I would say the benefits of the pre-courses are for students who are maybe not so well versed in these areas and maybe want to prepare a bit more before the program starts, because as soon as the program starts, things go quite quickly, and it's sometimes difficult to catch up if you're not completely familiar with the Excel or VBA or all of the different platforms and different concepts of finance. So sometimes these pre-courses are essential not just to teach students about these concepts if they don't know, but also to remind them, and just so they can basically prepare as best they can. As soon as the program starts, they're ready to get going, and then they won't have to lose too much time reminding or being sort of looking back and trying to understand what's going on. The pre-courses are great for that.
Someone here asked about the language of the program and if there are opportunities to learn the local language. Of course, the program is fully taught in English, okay? So, but you'll be able to have language courses that you can do here, and obviously you can learn Portuguese as well. I wouldn't say that the courses will give you an extensive learning of Portuguese, but you can also do courses here in Portugal if you want to learn. But you'll be able to move and live as normally with just English, okay? Here, Portuguese people, a lot of them speak English. Sometimes the older people, not as much, but here in the city center, you have no problem with just English, okay?
Regarding here the career paths, it's of course a very complicated question because it will depend on what you want, but of course financial analysts, uh, banking, many different areas, sometimes consultancy, so financial consultants. It will depend. Some of them will go into academia, although they're very few, but most of them will choose to do these areas. And then of course each student is open and is free to do what they want. And of course the careers and talent office will be helping you discover what you're most suited for. um how does the internship abroad program work, and what companies or industries are typically involved? This essentially is the internship abroad is more something that the students themselves usually organize. Of course, we have the departments to help you with that. But if, for example, you want to do an international internship, we usually encourage students to do their research and find which companies would suit them best. And then they would speak with the Careers and Talent Office, for example, to help them with their application or to help them make the initial contact. But that research and that I guess discovery needs to be done by the student. So it's not from our side that we tell you what to do. You let us know what you're looking for, and we'll try our best to help you get your goal. So the program is fully in person. So it's in person here in Lisbon. There are no online opportunities to pursue the program. So it's full time and completely in person. We never encourage students to work and study at the same time, just because our programs are quite demanding in terms of time. This doesn't mean that students are going to have classes all day, every day, but it means that even when they're not in class, they're expected to be working and to be doing projects and studying. So it's all full time and it's all in person here at Católica Lisbon.
I see one question here related to the prices of the programs. You can see them on our website. It's just Católica Lisbon Master Programs. You can search it on Google. And because it differs if you want to do a 3-semester program or a 4-semester program. So I would definitely recommend you check it out. We can put the link on the chat of the website as well if you want to see. Each program has a different price, so I'd recommend, I think it would be better to see it on a website for yourselves for the program that you're interested in, because sometimes the price is different, and it differs also if you want to do an exchange semester or not.
I see someone here asking about their years of experience. So I have 3 years of experience in May, June of 2025. Is it okay to apply? Yes, absolutely. So that's not the 3 years is of course something for us to gauge, basically to understand that that our programs are designed for recent graduates. This does not mean that people who have a bit more professional experience are not able to apply. And of course, this is always possible because you can always apply to 3 different programs. So in the event that you are maybe not entirely sure which program you should apply to, you can always apply to 3, and this will give you a bit of a safety net. So the jury will look at your first option as your preference, and they will evaluate you to that program. And if it's not possible to admit you to that one, they will look at your second option and then your third option. So what I would say is, if in doubt, I would say it's absolutely fine to apply if you have 3 years of professional experience. That's not a problem at all. But you can apply to 3 different programs. So in that sense, you will have your safety net, and you'll know that the jury will have looked at all the programs that you're interested in and has considered you for all of them. More information about scholarships. Okay, no worries. Hi, Leslie. So the scholarship, we have one scholarship here at Católica Lisbon, and it is called the Católica Top Plus Scholarship. It is a scholarship that's completely merit-based. This means that the jury will only look at your application and will only look at the documents you submit to assess whether you can receive a percentage of the scholarship. So you do not need to provide any further documentation in terms of income or anything like that. The jury will look at your transcript of records, and they will look at your CV as well as the other supporting documentation that you want to provide to assess whether your profile is strong enough to receive a percentage of the scholarship. As I said before, the scholarship can be between 10 and 90%. Students will know if they've applied to the scholarship, they will know when they receive their results email, they will know the result of the scholarship at the same time. So they will not have to wait, and it's not 2 different processes, it's the same one. As soon as they get the result email, they will know if they have been admitted to a program, which program they were admitted to, and of course the result of their scholarship. If it was possible to award them a scholarship, and if so, how much, what percentage were they given? So somebody here asks about the round of applications. So we have, of course, we are currently in the 3rd round of applications. It'll close on February 3rd. We will have, I believe, one more round. Usually the rounds are ongoing. So as soon as one finishes, the other one starts. We are not entirely sure yet what dates the 4th round will end, simply because this will depend on the amount of applications we receive and also how many admissions we give out and how many spots are accepted. So of course we're essentially giving out admissions and also depending on applicants' response to their admission as we go. So we can't unfortunately give you too many details about that, but for sure we will have this 3rd round and it'll close on February 3rd. So no worries, and you'll have a bit of time.
And the next one will start on the 4th, okay? The 4th of February, the 4th round will start. So if you're not able to apply in this 3rd round, you can always do it on the next one. As we say, we recommend to do it as soon as possible, but if that's an option, you can always do it on the next one.
Regarding here the age requirements, the age requirements, of course, you can always apply even if you're 26. We know that we say 21 and 26, but this does not mean that you cannot apply if you're 26. The jury will look at each case individually, so they won't just reject an application because somebody is 26. They will look at your path, and they will look at your background, they will look at your profile as a whole, and they will assess whether it fits the program. So I would say go ahead and apply to as many programs as you possibly can, because of course it's only one application and you have nothing to lose. So I would say apply. Of course, it's never guaranteed that an admission is going to be given out, but the age itself is not a sole reason for not being admitted to a program.
Hey, I don't see any more questions. Of course, if you have other questions, you can write to the email contact, or you can contact the phone number that I've just shared in the chat. And also, I would like to remind you that in the next few days, you will receive an email with the recording of this webinar in case you have lost something, or in case you want to rewatch and take some more information. And also you will receive in this email some contact information and other useful things that you would like to check. Also, another important information for you, if you want to receive the certificate of attendance, you can click in the link that I'm sharing in the chat right now and request it. Thank you so much for being with us today, for your curiosity, for all your questions, and also for the attendance, of course. Thank also to Margarita and to Carolina for their availability and kindness. Oh yeah, thank you. And this is the slide that you can see, and you can note down all the contact information right now. I don't know if Margarita and Carolina would like to add something before we leave, a message or a suggestion maybe to the students.
No, as I would say, just thank you so much for your time and for attending. And if you have any questions, you have our contacts, because sometimes it can be a little hard decision to make to do a master's. It's financially important and also for your future. You can always book an online meeting if you want to talk face to face with one of my colleagues. So we're always here to support you guys. And any questions that you have, any at all, you can always contact us. Thank you so much.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. And of course, I hope to see you again in the next webinar organized by Docsity. And have a nice rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.